I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this podcast. Alright, we're gonna make it through this very slowly, because now it's like the third time I've recorded it and the dogs are barking. Hello, and welcome to episode 110 of the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. This is a Crafty Puppy Interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I am your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigails and on my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much for coming back to returning viewers, and hello and welcome to all new viewers. Thank you so much for checking us out. It's been a very trying day. A couple of announcements before we get into the crafting again. This is my third time recording it, so if some of the sections are a little off, that's why. I just did not want to re-record for a third time. More news, the Pumpkin Make-Along has ended. That ended October 31st, and that is a make-along between myself and Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. So if you have participated, thank you so much. We will be doing prizes very soon, and I announced them on my last episode, so go check that one out for the prizes. I'm not going to go through them all, because then I'm testing my luck. And last weekend was New England Fiber Festival. Thank you so much to everybody who came out. I'll go more into that in the shop update and news, but it was a ton of fun. It was such a good weekend. And this Sunday, we will be having a small trunk show at Knit New Haven in New Haven for their 10-year anniversary. Again, more in the shop update section. So with that, let us get into the crafting, starting with what I am wearing. I am wearing my Soldotna top by Caitilyn Hunter in my hand-dyed yarn in the colorways Narnia, the blue is Depths Below, the gray is Earl Grey, and the red is Ravishing. And my cardigan is the Hope cardigan by Amy Christoffers in the Lana Plante Marigold dye. And I do have some finished objects for you, and I'm super excited about them. The first one is my Lovenote by Tin Can Knits. Backwards again. This is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. I used my hand-dyed yarn, Once Upon a Corgi, in my penny, which is an MCN, and Fig Lace, which is my mohair silk blend in the previous yarn engagement colorway, and I love this so much. This was our Rhinebeck color for the year. There are a couple skeins left. I'm popping those into the shop at some point this weekend. Haven't decided when. Surprise! Check on Instagram. Woo! I did not change much from the pattern. I did the US 10 needle. I think I say that in the next section, but whatever. I did the high-low hem for the bottom. The only thing I really changed was the cast-off. I did a tubular bind-off for the sleeves and the body, and then a regular just loose cast-off on the neck, because I wasn't sure if I was going to go in further on the neck and have to rip out the bind-off. I did the 3/4 sleeve length, which I think was perfect, and it's the length is really good. I could wear it with jeans, had I jeans. I can wear it with skirts, wear it over dresses. I paired it with my Lizzie skirt from Sew Over at London with the haunted dresses, and I felt like an adorable haunted librarian in it. And I can't wait to wear this all winter long. It's so good. It was such an easy knit. I was able to do the lace while talking to friends at Rhinebeck, and then the rest of the body is just mindless knitting in the round. I did alternate skeins. I used the helical knitting method, and the only way you can tell is I didn't alternate mohair, so you can see the floats go down. But other than that, it came out really nice. I've never held a mohair for a full sweater before. I'm really glad I did. It's super cozy, and I cannot wait to do it again. I think I want to retry my swatch for the soiree sweater in maybe like a light gray, because I have some stranded dye works that is really speckly, but I think if I pair it down with like a neutral mohair, it'll look super nice. Ooh, I just thought of that. Yeah. This is what happens when you podcast 3 times in a row. You just start thinking of new projects. So that is finished object number 1. I have not taken photos of it yet. I just haven't really had the brain space to do any FO photo shoots of anything. But I need to, just to get them up on my Ravelry page, because I'm doing really well at that. So that is FO number 1. I could not recommend this pattern more. Tin Can Knits has really good patterns for beginners, and their sizes range from baby to Jake size, so they're great. I love tin can knit patterns. And there she is in all of her soft glory. I don't think I have to recap that as much as I thought. So the next finished object I have is the first tie for the wedding. So this is the wedding tie by Susan B. Anderson. I used O Wool Superwash Sport Weight in their Juneberry colorway. And here's tie 1 out of 8. And I'm going to now splice in the rest of the section because I think I do talk about the rest of this. So super casual split. You'll never know it's happening. Goodbye. I used my Knitter's Pride DPNs for it and followed the pattern pretty much to the T for the rest of that. And this is tie 1 out of 9. So we are knitting ties for one of the groomsmen. Nope, each of the groomsmen. And there's 6 of those. And then Jake gets 1, so 7. Oh no, maybe 8. And then my dad's gonna get 1, so 8. I was gonna knit one for my brother who's walking my mom down the aisle, but then I'd have to knit one for my other brother, and then I'd probably have to knit one for like the other brother, and then I'd have to consider all of Jake's brothers, so no siblings get ties unless they wanna knit them themselves. So 1 out of 8, done. And this took, probably 4 days. I think if I really sat down for 4 days, I could definitely crank out at least a tie and a half. But I was also working on other stuff. I would only work on it a couple hours every couple of days, so that's good news because we don't have a lot of time left. And those are my finished objects. Oh, I did finish something else. Just kidding. I have finished, my sock blocker's out. It's been so long since I've knit socks that I totally forgot I finished these. My Red Robin socks. So this is a pattern by Curious Handmade. It is from her first sock society. It is my hand-dyed yarn, Once Upon a Corgi, in the Samhain colorway on my Isaac base, which is 100% superwash Polworth. And I love them. I just finished them over the weekend at New England, and I'm super happy with them. I have not worn them yet. They've just been sitting on my shelf waiting for me to podcast. So here we go. I did the 64 stitch count on US 2.25 millimeter Hiya sharps. I did a 2x2 twisted rib and then my usual circle decrease toe. And I've got my little Rhinebeck sweater and my pumpkin stitch marker. These were my pumpkin make-along contribution. And I didn't do anything else that I wanted to for that make-along. Surprise, surprise. No one? Nobody surprised? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, it was a super fun pattern. It was really easy, very easily memorized. I basically just looked at the directions for the stitch pattern once and then you're done. I really like that. I think I did change the number of rows between each thing, but that's, whatever. Oh, I totally did. Whatever. That's fine. So there is finished object number 3. Okay, works in progress for real this time. Going back to the ties, I have cast on tie number 2. Oops. And this is out of Shanendoah fibers. It is an Icelandic sheep and an alpaca blend. I believe there's something else in there, but I lost the tag. I brought the tag out and then promptly lost it. It's probably in the bed somewhere. So yeah, this is about half a day's worth of knitting. I'm doing the same modification. It is about a sport weight, so I'm using US 5 DPNs, and I'm adding 4 stitches to the pattern to make it just a little bit wider, and we are in the long haul. This should not take too long. I'm hoping to get this done maybe by next weekend. I think that's totally doable. Even if I just knit these at Knit Group, I think we're gonna have plenty of time to get all of our wedding knitting done. So not a lot to say about those. I'm using my little Ann Tudor glass stitch marker, progress keeper, to keep me going. I should move that up, because that makes a huge difference when you're knitting 60 inches of like 8 stitches across. And I'm really liking the texture in this one because it's a little bit more of a rustic wool. It's a 2-ply and it's got like all these little guard hairs on it. I'm really enjoying that. So I am thinking about trying to find some more of these rustic wools for a couple more of the ties. We still need the lightest color of the mauve pinks and then the lighter gray. So I think if we do those two in one of these like more rustic woolly wools, it'll stagger out between the softer like superwash wools. I love it. I love it so much. These guys match the swatches perfectly, and we didn't even bring the swatches to Rhinebeck. We're so good at this. So now that I say that, we're never gonna finish these. No one's getting ties. Now I whipped out my Yarn It for this. So I know these had like a huge hit a couple years ago, and I broke down and bought one, and I love it for this. It's such like a low-key little project that I don't want to put it in a whole project bag, but this guy is great, and I can just carry him around the house. And of course, I got the mustache. So that is my first whip. My second whip is getting a ton of love, and that is my shift cowl. Oops, oh god, so much love. I am pulling all of the stitches off the needles. If you drool on those books, I can't be held responsible. So here is my shift cowl. It is basically shawl size at this point. This is the shift cowl by Andrea Mowry. I'm using my hand spun for it, and I haven't used this much hand spun in a very long time. So the background purple color is Bitsy Knits, the Case of the Angry Mermaid. Yes, it is 100% superwash merino. Everything is a 3 chain ply, so that's out of the way. And then color B is Captain Type Pants by Into the World, and this is a Polworth Tussa Silk blend, also a chain ply. And color C is Queen of France by Into the World, and this is a Cheviot fiber. So I've made some modifications because I ran out of color A. It's basically like a worsted to a bulky weight, so I did not have as much yardage, but I'm only like 10 rows away from switching to color B as the background anyway, so I just switched to color B early. If it means that I'm not going to have as much at the end, that's fine. This thing is huge. This is massive. I'm pretty sure like this part is supposed to be the part that connects behind your neck. So if I were to wear it like that, this thing is already gigundo. And I love it. And I'm ripping the stitches off again. Guys, who let me podcast? I worked on this a ton over the last couple of days because I kind of just took a break from all work knitting as we gear up for our staycation, and I'm loving how squishy this is. I thought I should have gone up a needle size, but I think once I block it, it's really just gonna relax itself a little bit because this is such a heavier gauge than what the pattern calls for. But the more I like work it and squish it, the better it feels. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I love it so much. And it is in a Matterroot bag, but it's getting so large that I've just started keeping it in my range backpack, which I bought last year at Indie to use as like a purse, and now it's just slowly becoming a giant knitting bag, which is what it's supposed to be. Which means I probably need to get myself like an actual purse or backpack or something. I just hate shopping for purses, so I just keep using project bags. But sometimes it's hard to get your wallet when there's a foreskin project in the way. It's weird. Cashiers don't like it at grocery stores. Who'd have thunk it? By cashiers, I mean the people behind you at grocery stores don't appreciate it. Do I have anything else to say to that? Oh, I'm knitting it on size 7 needles, which is what it calls for, and I'm using my Knit Pro Zings, which are my favorite needles of all time. I keep trying to convince myself I should try the Looka needles, but then I just keep picking these up. And you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I really want to knit on this now. I'm so excited for this to be done and to wear it. And I think I'm going to get it done just in time for real winter. It's supposed to get real cold this weekend, so this will be a perfect little knit. All right, last work in progress is spinning. I have completed round 1 of my singles of the Illyrian Wings bat by Classy Squid Fiber Co. on my electric eel nano named Eliza, who I love so dearly. And I'm going to ply these bad boys as a traditional 3-ply tonight. I can't wait. I'm going to oil up Edgar. I'm going to give him a little bath. We're going to apply some yarns. So I have 1 ounce. I have 3 ounces of this left. Out of a total of 9 ounces that I got to knit myself a cropped long sleeve cardigan for the wedding, as one of those jackets to wear over your wedding dress for the after party or running in between buildings. We don't have to run in between buildings, but we're also getting married in March, so there. And also, I want one. Justification. I'm so excited. This fiber is amazing. I know one of them is a Rambouillet and 2 of them are Corriedales, or that is switched. I don't know which one is which. I believe this one is, the outside is the different fiber, because these ones all have a little bit of a gray heather in them. So when I dig the packaging out, I will answer that question to myself and promptly forget to tell you guys. I'm not bothered by it at all. It was just a little bit of a surprise, caught on air, and it's going to be a 3-ply, so I'm not worried about it in the least. I'm hoping to get a fingering to a sport weight. We will see. I usually end up with a DK weight, like maybe a sport to a DK weight if I try really hard on my chain plies. Stop doing that, weirdo. So we'll see. I'm so excited. I know it doesn't take me long to knit a sweater for myself. I would just like to have the sweater quantity kind of done and ready to go before December. That way, if I need to get more, I have plenty of time to spin it and like get it ready to be knit in. That way I'm not finishing my sweater the morning of the wedding, because that would be just a little bit too stressful, I think, with all the other things we have to do the week of already. Yeah, I have the Ashford Lazy Kate. I got it off thewoolery.com. I'm just super excited to get into this. Again, I don't have a pattern in mind. I haven't even looked yet. I'm just trying to make it through this week, and then I will look at patterns. So crafting goals. I have a couple. I am going to do a staycation next week. I haven't really taken any time off since September between Indy and the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl and New England Fiber Festival. So I am taking next week off. I might do some vlogging. I haven't decided if I'm going to actually do a podcast. I think I'm just really gonna just take everything off. So I have some knitting plans. I am hoping tonight to cast on, or tomorrow, another Mount Pleasant top by Pip and Pin in my hand-dyed yarn on the iron base, which is our BFL tweed base in the Rodney colorway. I love this colorway. I really want a shirt out of it, and I love Pip and Pin's Mount Pleasant top. So I think I'm going to knit a second one. I was going to knit, I thought about maybe making a Tenya out of it, but I get so much use out of my Mount Pleasant that I would like to have a second one before I start wearing through my first one. I'm not close to wearing through it, but I'm afraid something might happen to it if I don't knit this. Also, I would like one for the, like just a sample, because I don't have anything knit up in my tweed base. Oops. So that is one of my crafting goals. My plan is to get through the bottom lace section before the Knit New Haven trunk show. That way I have some nice mindless knitting in my own yarn ready to go. And for my vacation crafting goals, I have a ton of crafting goals. Let me grab some fabric. Crafting next week. Obviously, plying yarns, working on the Mount Pleasant, working on the shift cowl, knitting so many ties, but also some sewing. So I will be making my robe bluet out of this charcoal brown plaid that's got these little sparkle bits of orange in them. I am super excited. I haven't checked to see if I have enough fabric, but I think if I just do all the facings and maybe the collar in a different color, we'll be okay. I should have enough for the collar too. I don't have that big of a neck. I should be fine. I also don't make that, it's fine. It's a remnant I got from Affordable Fabrics, and I love it so much. So much that I forgot to look for the fabrics that I was actually looking for while we were there. So sewing project number 1. Number 2 is I want a robe for around the house, like a bathrobe, dressing robe. I don't have one. I don't really want to buy one when, like, in stores hasn't really yelled at me that that's the one that I want. So I have this green linen that is very much covered in dog and cat hair. I was saving it for a linen Yule dress for the SEA, but I don't think we're going to go to Yule this year. I've already made a skirt and a dress out of it. The dress did not work, so that's just sitting there. So I think I'm going to take that dress apart and use some of this and make myself a dressing robe out of it. I don't know if I have a pattern yet. I know there's a couple of free patterns on Pinterest. I know Helen's Closet has a good wrap style robe. I forgot the name of it. It starts with an S. Nah, I don't remember. So that is my plan. I made Jake a robe for Christmas a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago now. And he loves it, and Iron also loves it. Iron has stolen it for his bed, so he gets more use of it, out of it than Jake does. But I think this would be really nice. It'd be super nice in the winter, just a little something extra, and then in the summer, it's not going to be super hot. Not like it gets super hot in this apartment anyway, but I'm really excited. I've wanted one for a while, and now I'm going to do it. That. My other plan to sew is I have to sew my veil. I meant to sew it for the first alteration, and then I did not. I'm not going to show you it because I don't want it out on the internet yet. I am taking pictures as I go so I can put together like a blog post. I thought about doing video, but I haven't done enough video to start to do like a little vlog of how I'm making it, but I'm going to do a blog post on how I make it. It's sitting in a box staring at me. I just need to do it. I did not get it done for the first alteration, but the second alteration is in December. I would like it done by then. At least that way I can bring it to the hair trial. It's gonna be a lot of hand stitching, and I just don't have the setup ready for it yet. My other plan is to, once again, go through my fabric stash. I keep saying it, and I keep not doing it. I've been seeing that people are using the comic board, like cardboard bits, to wrap their fabric around. So I think I want to get some of those, or go to the dollar store and get like the styrofoam board. I know it's not the best, but it's in my budget right now, and it's easy, and I don't have to wait for it to come in from Amazon because we have a dollar store across the street, and make my own boards that way. That way I can organize my fabric. I can see what I have. I can de-stash some stuff, go through all my scraps, go through all my patterns, organize them, because right now my sewing section is just loose pieces of random patterns and piles of fabric that I've cut like maybe 6 inches out of for something. So I would like to do that, and also just clean the house and rearrange some stuff. I've been watching, this is all blather. Nope, that's not my section. This is all beyond crafting. So we'll get into that later. But yeah, those are my making plans for the vacation. I'm super excited for just a week of making and reading, because we have a things I bought section. And I opened the box and recorded it because it came in while I was gonna do the intro. So I'm gonna put that in here, and then I'll use my words to explain what I got. Okay, bye. Okay. So my things I bought just came in. My poor mailman definitely hates me. Wait, where's the rest of them? Oh my god, they're so little. They're so little. Stop. Oh my goodness. Wait, whose name is this? Is it gonna be... It's so cute. Goodbye, everything, forever. They're like, oh my goodness, they're like Victorian woman Bible size. Stop. Okay. All right. Oh my god. I can't. I'm sweaty now. Oh no. Oh yes. Look at them. My babies. I'm gonna cry. I think I'm crying. Where's Throne? There it is. Stop. Yes. They're so good. My babies. My sweet little babies. Okay. So the thing that I bought that I did no explaining in when I opened this is the entire Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Only she released last week the miniature character collection in which every single book, one character is highlighted in a different color. So Throne of Glass book 1, Selena is highlighted in the Rifthold violet ink. It's amazing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Also, you know, reading on the internet. Here, I'll show you the first page. Oh wait, are they all? They are. So Selena's name is in this purple throughout the whole book. I love it. And they're like Victorian, not library, Victorian Bible size. And I just want to make all of my pockets this size so I can put them in there all the time, forever and ever. It's just so good. So like Selena is book 1, Dorian is book 2, Rowan is book 3. Ugh, it's just so good. And they're so little, and I almost bought a new bookshelf because I underestimated how little they would be. And they are so little. Like, the whole series fits in one of my hands. It's fine, we're fine. Sorry, assassins. I'm so sorry, Sam. I'm so sorry. Your poor life. Yeah, her whole series fits in one of my hands. And I know I have big hands, but come on. It's just so good. I love it so much, and I cannot wait to read this on my staycation next week. Like a tiny Victorian woman on a fainting couch with her itty-bitty little Bible of Maas. The Bible of Maas. Like, come on. I don't know if you can hear these pages. They're just so soft. So soft. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Even though this is like the 18th time I've recorded this, I'm still so excited. I mean, I do need to figure out a new bookshelf situation anyway, because now we are going 2 books deep on almost all the shelves. And you know what? Two and a half small shelves is not enough for me. I have so many books at my parents' house that I've had to bring back there because I ran out of room here. Ugh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm just gonna get a bigger nightstand so I can put them next to me when I sleep. I'm just gonna make you a slideshow of me hugging these books because the amount of shots I have of me just hugging these books is outrageous. Sorry, there's like a major traffic jam going on in the Walgreens parking lot and I'm very confused about why. People. Alright. So this is what I bought. It was a treat to myself for doing Indie and New England Fiber Festival, and I really love the series. I had only rented them from the library, and a very lovely person sent me a couple of the copies via Kindle because the wait was so long at the library, and I still may ask for the normal. God damn it, Sam! Is your life so sad? Yes, the answer is yes, your life is so sad. I still might ask for the regular size copies just so I don't risk destroying these bindings because I love my books. I love them hard and I love them for many, many years, and that's why I can't open Harry Potter anymore because the glue is gone. Just gone. I've read them so many times. It's gone. God, I love Harry Potter. God, I love Sarah J. Maas. Ugh. Like, I just need a bookshelf just for her. Lord, bear me strength when that new series comes out in 106 days. So this is what I have bought. I'm back on my spending freeze because the wedding is coming up very quickly, but I love books. And as all my financial podcasts tell me, make sure that you spend money on the things you want to spend money on and that you love. If you don't care about books, don't buy books. But I care about books, so I will buy books. and I'm not gonna fight it anymore. Okay, so the rest of this is shop update and beyond crafting. If you are not here for any of that, thank you so much. And if you are here for all of those things, let us continue on. Okay, so shop update. I already had one on November 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We put like 300 skeins up into the shop of what followed us back from New England Fiber Fest. Again, thank you so much to everybody who came out, said hello, showed me your whips, your finished projects, the things that you bought last year that you haven't done anything with, but you still love them. It was just so amazing to see so many regular customers and to meet new customers. It's one of my favorite shows. I almost didn't go back next year, but after this year, we're in it and we're going back and I cannot wait. It's so good. I did release the holiday colors in that update. So I'm going to show those to you now in case you haven't seen them. Yeah. So our holiday colors are Tannenbaum, Cheer or Fear from Belschnickel of The Office. Not a lot of people got this reference, and Jake was very sad when people were looking at it, and he'd be like, Belschnickel, and they would just give him weird looks. So this is from The Office. It's Belschnickel. Our classic OG Christmas colorway, Christmas like it's 1882. And our Nightmares Before Christmas colorway, Sandy Claus. And we have them on ginger, penny, and fig lace. All the Marie Cutie is going to the trunk show with us for the 10-year anniversary of Knit New Haven on Sunday from noon to 4. So that's it. All the New Haven yarn that follows me home will go up into the shop on Monday, and that way the rest of the week I will just be on vacation, and then we'll get back into a regular update kind of thing. I may do pre-orders for the Christmas colorways if in the next couple of weeks they sell out. That way I don't have any extras lingering through next summer, because I think we had 2 skeins left over from last year. I just want to make sure they all have good homes. And that is it for shop update. Again, thank you so much to everybody who has made it to this shop update. All of the orders from this week will be going out on Saturday, as well as the novellas. All the advents have flown the nest. Mine is sitting on top of my piddly little bookshelf there, staring at me. I taped it like to death, so I can't get into it. I know what the colors are, but you guys are gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die. It's gonna be great, and I can't wait. And then I'm gonna retire because I'm never gonna be able to top this advent calendar. It's so good. I wish it was December. Okay, stop. Whew. We're gonna get sweaty again, Gabby. Calm down. I'm not going through menopause, I'm going through Maasopause. Yeah, so everything is going to get shipped out on Saturday, and then all the orders that come in next week when I'm on my staycation will go out the following Monday, which is the 17th or 18th. I believe the 17th. I believe it's the 18th. Yeah. I'll put it all in a newsletter and post it on Instagram because that's easier. And now beyond crafting, which is everything that I'm up to besides crafting, and we did New England Fiber Festival, as I have said 1,000 times already. Jake came up with me Friday and Saturday. I got a hotel this year, which was amazing. I usually stay at my parents' house, but it's about an hour and 15 minutes away, as is my apartment. So I decided this year to get a hotel in Springfield, and it was so worth it. Every penny. We were 7 minutes down the road from the festival. We were able to meet up with Tanya and Kristen from Vine and the Knitting Spring podcast. I haven't seen them since August, way longer than I thought, and we went to a German restaurant called Munich House, both Friday and Saturday. Saturday we met up with Nina of This Old Knit, and Adrian and Mama Gergs came out. It was just such a good weekend of relaxing and knitting and sort of just coming down from this crazy roller coaster of the past like 6 weeks. We did we're gonna do 4 shows in like 6 weeks. 8 weeks? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 weeks. I think we're doing 4 shows. It's insane. I don't know what I was doing. Well, meh, it's fine. It's fall. I love it. It's great. I'm just so tired now. So that was a lot of fun. Jake really enjoyed it. He only came up on Sunday last year, so he got to see New England in its full force and put his PR marketing to work. I don't remember what I talked about last time. So I have the books. I have all my plans for the staycation now. And I've been super into watching interior decorating competition shows on Netflix. They're all British, so I love them. And I realized that no building in the US is old enough for me. I just want like a Tudor house. That's it. That's all I want. I want a Tudor house. We'll never fit into one, but I want one. By fit, I mean physically. Jake won't fit in a Tudor house. They're not tall enough. So that has had me thinking about ways I can redecorate and revamp the apartment. The shop/office area is getting very crowded and very disorganized and very messy. So I'm trying to think of a way that I can expand like a labeling, shipping, maybe yarn storage area into, it's like a breakfast nook area that you put bar stools and then the bar is above the stove. But we don't eat there because I don't want to buy bar stools when we already have a table. So I'm thinking about figuring something to put under there. I'll put a picture. Right now it's all chalkboards and wedding stuff. Because the wedding corner got taken over by the Advents, but now the Advents are gone, so the wedding stuff can go back in that corner. But I might put bookshelves in that corner. I don't know. We have to do some rearranging. I kind of also want to take my dresser out of the closet, but I have to stain it first, and now it's too cold to do that outside. It's a disaster. So that's kind of on my mind. Poor Jake, every time he comes home, I just have another idea of what we can do, and his only answer is, you need to calm down. It's gonna be okay. Just stop thinking for like 10 minutes before your brain explodes. He's very on board with all of my weird ideas, but I'm pretty sure some of this is just the adrenaline of the past 2 months slowly dying out, and I'm not sure what to do with myself, and I'm not gonna be crazy busy. But I am thinking of, getting a better system for that. That way I'm not trying to do everything on my desk while also have a working desk. It's just not working. It's not fitting. I just need a better system. I need to update what's already there. As well as I definitely want to gut my sewing corner. I want to redo that. I would love to get new bookshelves, but I don't want to move. And these are really nice wooden bookshelves. They're just very short. So I'm thinking maybe if I find some bookshelves that match their size, I can just get more of them and then maybe stain them all the same color. I'm gonna do a Goodwill check. I'm gonna do an IKEA check. If IKEA had just like plain wooden bookshelves, not like the Billy bookshelf, then maybe I could do that, because I have a ton of stain that's all the same color. So maybe I could just stain them all the same color. I just want a library really badly. And we don't have space for one, and I don't want to buy one for this apartment and then move and then buy a different library. So, trying to control myself. Okay, I think that's it. I'm very excited for this vacation. I'm very excited we're going to start testing the desserts this week since I'm on vacation, after doing so much running around for the dress alterations, because that was an adventure. All I'm gonna say is, when you go in for your alterations, like quadruple billion check to make sure that they have the fabric for your dress. Because I made it all the way through the alterations, like appointment and planning, and then at the very end she told me they don't carry that fabric because they discontinued that dress. So I had to get my own fabric for the alterations. I wanted to put a corset back in, and they could like make it a corset back, they just had no lacings. Or a modesty panel. Alright, with that, I'm going to take my tiny mass babies and to go edit this for the umpteenth time, finish my work week. If you can make it to the Knit New Haven trunk show, it's going to be a great afternoon. And if not, I will see you guys in a couple weeks, maybe next week. I might blog. I don't know. I don't remember what I've said. I am trapped in a podcasting time loop. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye!